This is Ralph Zuranski. I'm here with Captain Tony Gonzales. He's the commander of the Naval Base Point Loma, and he's recognized as a hero for the many great things that he's done in the Navy and here in particular at the Naval Base. Commander Gonzales, would you be able to share a little bit about your career with us?
Well, I've had a really great career in the Navy. I started out in 1969 as an enlisted sailor right out of high school, and worked my way up through the ranks. I was commissioned in 1980 as a limited duty officer, so I've had the opportunity to go from E1 to E9 and all the way to 06. So it's been a pretty illustrious career that's given me a lot of great memories and met a lot of great people.
I know that you're one of the people that works with military individuals from all different areas of the military, and you are considered a hero by a lot of the troops that serve underneath you just because of your compassion and concern and just the great job that you do. And I consider you probably one of the top CEOs in the Navy on your ability to work as a corporate executive and just make things work correctly. So you would know truly what the definition of heroism is just from the men that you've served with and the people that you've met. What is your definition of heroism?
Well, I guess heroism is a multifaceted term. I think a hero is someone that's willing to put others before themselves. On the battlefield, we have true heroes that in some cases lay down their lives for people, but there are other heroes throughout the world. It's someone that you would call a role model that people could look up for, somebody that's showing people the integrity, the right way support, and it's multifaceted because of the fact that just at some time telling somebody they did a good job or something is just the little boost that somebody would need. And I think people remember that, especially when they're down or they're having troubles, that somebody just takes that extra little step to even say hello or good morning or good evening. And I think that's very important in our society, that you're able to communicate with people, not only in the military, from the youngest sailors and Marines to the highest ranking officers.
Did you ever create a secret hero in your own mind that helped you deal with life's difficulties?
Well, yes, I would say that my father's been my secret hero. My father was a Navy man, and as I grew up, I could hardly wait to be in the Navy to be just like my father. And he's been an exceptional role model for me. He's been there when I needed someone to talk to, and until I got married 26 years ago, he was there, and then he passed the baton to my lovely bride. But I always had that support whenever I needed it. So I would say that's my real hero.
What are the qualities or attributes of your dad and your wife that make them heroes to you?
Honesty, just being there, listening ear, helping you through times.
What is your perspective on goodness, ethics, and moral behavior?
Well, ethics and moral behavior is a basis of integrity. And integrity is the foundation of everything we do in life. If you don't have integrity, then you're going to have a rough time in life. Okay, things are going to crumble around you. But if you have that great foundation of great ethics, great integrity, as you start building those walls of life and start putting the roof and the ceilings and everything on there, you can tell I'm an engineer. That's what it takes, and that's what integrity is being able to look at yourself in the mirror and say, I did the right thing. The same way that I used to tell my Boy Scouts was, you're going to come to that fork in the road, and there's the good way and the bad way. You know which way the good way is, and if there's a doubt, don't take the easy path.
Captain Gonzales, do you take a positive view of setbacks, misfortunes, and mistakes?
Well, I think so. In life, that you have to learn from your setbacks, and I try and tell my folks and even my family, if we can learn from our mistakes, it makes us a stronger and a better person. If you continue to make the same mistakes over and over, then you're just not getting the picture. But I think everything happens for a reason, and if you can make a positive out of a bad situation and get some lessons learned, it makes you a stronger and fuller person for the next time that you come up against a situation like whatever came up.
Does it take courage to pursue new ideas?
It takes a lot of courage. A lot of people are set in their ways. Technology is changing around us. Innovations are there. And if you don't have the foresight to try and change, you're not going to get ahead in life. You have to be able to have that flexibility. And it's easy to be secure, and it's very uneasy to go after change. But I think change is important. It invigorates you. Our country is what it is because of change. Our military strengths are what they are because we have the ability to adapt and to change to the changing forces against us. Our enemies change daily. We have to be prepared to train to meet the enemy, and it's an unknown enemy. And we need to have, with the grace of the wonderful scientists that we have in our country, our technology continues to stay ahead. And that's why we are such a strong nation.
Were you willing to experience discomfort in the pursuit of your dream?
Well, there's always discomfort to get where you got to go. Life is not easy, and anybody that thinks it is kidding themselves. And yes, there's been discomfort. There have been the hard points. I've had an illustrious career, but it's been at the expense of over 20 some years at sea in a 36-year career. I was away from my family a lot, but sailors belong on ships and ships belong at sea, and that's my motto. If you're not out there on a ship teaching sailors and leading the way, that's what I feel naval officers are all about.
Did you believe that your dreams would eventually become reality?
I think I always hoped that my dreams would become reality. I probably look back 36, 37 years ago, and I never visioned myself sitting in this desk today. But the opportunities are abound in the Navy and in our country, where you can come up from the ranks and be able to command a naval base that has 6 different installations that service 22,000 people. And I feel it's a real tribute, and I'm very fortunate that the Navy had enough trust in me to be able to take on this position.
One of the things that everybody faces in life is doubts and fears, doubts in their abilities, and fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of injury, and for some people, fear of success. How did you deal with your doubts and fears?
Well, I think our job in the Navy is inherently dangerous. It's not dangerous, but it's inherently dangerous, and safety is a big thing. When I had doubts, when I had problems, you can always turn to prayer, okay? And the power of prayer is always there with you. So you're never alone. You may think you're alone, but you're not, because you always have your prayer.
Was there anybody other than God that helped give you the willpower to change things in your life for the better?
My family. My family is a big part of me.
Do you experience service to others as a source of joy?
Absolutely. I'm an engineer. I've been chief engineer on aircraft carriers, and my whole life is service. As a commanding officer of a naval base, we're here to service all of the warfighters that are on our bases. And when I see one of the ships deploy and going to sea, or one of the ships coming back with the sailors and Marines in dress uniform lining the rails, you feel, hey, I was a little part of that. Even if it's just providing the place for them to sleep and tie up their ship when they're back, but that's what it's all about, service.
What place does the power of prayer have in your life?
It has a deep place for me. I think one of the things as I raised my two boys, my wife and I, was a couple of things you owe your children is to help them get an education and to provide them the abilities of faith. You know, as they reach a mature age, they have to make the decision if they're going to do it, but the foundation's there and the seeds planted the same way with education, and I think that's where the power comes right there.
Captain Gonzales, do you maintain a sense of humor in the face of serious problems?
Humor's always good. In the face of serious problems and things, there has to be a calm, you know, the calm before the storm. And I think that's one of the most important things that a senior officer or a chief petty officer brings to the people around them, is to keep that sense of calm and to allow people to have the feeling, to allow their training to take place. We train as we fight in our military, and that's what we owe to our warfighters, is the ability to have realistic training, to be able to go in harm's way and to be able to come back. But the calming effort of the leaders is what leads people into battle and brings them home.
Who are the heroes in your life?
Well, as I stated, you know, my parents, my family, my wife, my two sons, and really the heroes to me are all the sailors that have been around me for the last 36 and a half years. And it's the reason why I stayed in this long, and I can make a difference to one of my sailors. That's what's important to me. But there's nothing more rewarding to me than somebody coming up to me and in a train station or airport and with their family and saying, introduce me to their parents or their wife and stuff, and saying that this is my captain, or this is my chief engineer, or this is my XO, or any of the positions I've had. To me, that's what it's all about.
Who do you feel are the real heroes in society today?
I think the real heroes in society are those that can show the integrity that there is in the face of wanting corruption or anything. Our president is my hero. He's my commander-in-chief. He leads us. He's got a tough job, and he's a hero because his integrity is impeccable.
Why are heroes so important in the lives of young people?
Everybody needs a role model, okay? Just something to aspire to, somebody that they want to be like. And I think more and more in this day and age we have that. There wasn't a lot of that when I was a youngster, you know. A lot of our heroes were the baseball player and stuff like that, but people in the public eye, and you know, and you have, you know, people in the military, the chief petty officers and the officers, you know, something that the young kids want to aspire to be. And in some cases, you know, the big brothers and big sister programs that we have to help the younger youth, they just need somebody that they can emulate, or somebody at some point, if they need it, to just get a word of encouragement. And that's what it is.
Makes a big difference. So what are the things that parents can do to help their children realize that they too can be heroes and make a positive impact on the lives of others?
Well, it goes back to what I talked about, the foundation. If they can teach them ethics, integrity, respect, that gives people a foundation to go through life.
Captain Gonzales, I know that you're extremely busy and got some important meetings coming up, so I really appreciate your time. Is there one final suggestion that you would have for young people on how they might attain success in their lives?
Well, yes, there is. Hard work. I sit here 36 and a half years in the Navy as a captain, commanding officer of a major naval installation, and I've never had the opportunity to have a college degree. The Navy offered me the opportunity through hard work and had every door open. So the doors are open. You may think they're closed, but take that doorknob and open it, and it's there for you. So just believe in yourself, have a great foundation of integrity, and the world is yours.
That's very good advice. Again, thank you for your time. I really appreciate this interview.
Thank you, Ralph.